The ongoing crime wave that has hit Nairobi is very worrying. Even more worrying is the fact that it does not seem to me to be an ordinary wave of crime. Yeah, casual observation of what has been going on will lead most people to conclude that there's something much more to this than just the ordinary crime wave that would hit a town or a city at a particular time. Sample this. Somebody is mugged in broad daylight on a major street right in Nairobi CBD. Actually, there have been quite a number of daylight muggings along Moi Avenue Primary School, which, as you know, is bang in the CBD. Actually, it's situated where Moi Avenue begins, not very far away from the University of Nairobi. And wonders of all wonders, not very far from the Central Police Station. In fact, if you had a slingshot, a catapult, and you put a stone in it and you aimed, you could hit Central Police Station. That's how close Central Police Station is. I've also received increasing reports confirming something that Kenyans do not want to believe, that some of these muggings are being done while policemen are around. They're actually seeing what is happening. And what do? They just ignore. This has led many to believe that actually these crimes are politically motivated, that actually there's a political objective somewhere, in this unleashing of terror on residents of Nairobi. I cannot resist pointing out something that I've always said in this channel for a long time, that when things get bad politically, you're not safe in case you voted for one side of the political divide. You cannot say that I voted for Jubilee and therefore I'm immune, I'm safe, I'm untouchable. No way. It's hitting both those who voted for Jubilee and those who voted for NASA. The thugs don't want to know. They just want to rob, steal, and sometimes maim their victims, unfortunately. Mercifully, the deaths reported have not been much. They've been very few, mercifully. But the crime wave continues unabated. One other thing that tells you that these crimes are not normal, it's not a normal crime wave, is funny incidences that are happening that would not normally make sense for a criminal. For instance, you have a situation whereby women have earrings ripped out of their ears, causing, of course, serious injury to the ears. Now, my first thought when I heard about these incidences, I'm sure would be the same for you. I thought that these ladies were probably wearing gold earrings, earrings that had a high value, However, taking a closer look at these incidences, that is not the case. These poor Nairobi women were just wearing ordinary earrings, smart, looking nice, but not valuable. So what is really going on here? What is happening in Nairobi? What is this crime wave all about? Now, a few years ago on my Kumekucha blog, I did a very extensive feature on the impact of violence, and how violence is used by politicians in Kenya to win elections. The long and short of it is that violence has been used in Kenya for decades, to break people's political will. If you suddenly find yourself in a situation where you do not feel safe, appetite for your favorite political candidate definitely is not going to feature in your mind. What you're going to be worried about is how you can get secure, how you, your family, your loved ones can be secure from crime, from attacks, from violence. It is a very effective way of diverting the attention of a population, away from political activism, It then becomes very easy for a major political player to send in their foot soldiers to tell the people, fine, here's the deal. If you want this to end, if you want the pain to end, you must do 1, 2, 3. And human nature being what it is, most people will play ball without even thinking twice about what has really happened here, what has really gone down leading to this situation. There is an extremely high possibility that this is exactly what is happening in Nairobi. And this is what the crime wave, unprecedented according to me, is all about. I mean, in Nairobi's long history, there have been crime waves, very serious ones. But none of them has ever come near what we're seeing now in Nairobi. And that is the truth. Take this recent incident at a church. Yes, a church. Surely when you go to church on Sunday, you expect that that is a very secure place. You don't expect to get robbed in church. But it happened. At Nairobi Lighthouse Church, situated in industrial area. Over 15 thugs, burst into the church compound, robbed people who are coming into church, subdued the watchman very easily. One of them was just carrying a pistol, the rest had crude weapons. And these thugs, stole from the people and stole from Almighty God. Now, those of us on this channel who have some spiritual knowledge will know that it is not possible to steal from God. In fact, I'm reminded, if I can just divert briefly, I'm reminded of an incident that happened at the All Saints Cathedral in the mid-80s, say late 80s. Now, at least in those days, I don't know if they still do. In those days, what used to happen is that they would post the collections of the previous Sunday on a very prominent notice board outside the church. And so anybody walking in would be able to look at the notice board and see, the church collected 100,000 last Sunday, and so on and so forth. Actually, the figure the church was getting in tithes and offerings was around that figure, 100,000, which was quite a fortune, you can imagine, in the late 80s. In real terms, probably worth about $1 million bob today. Okay? And so these two thugs came in, did their timing very well, and just after the offerings and tithes had been collected, they burst in, grabbed, and ran off. And as they were crossing Kenyatta Avenue, you cross from All Saints to the other side, the Serena Hotel side. As they were crossing, a speeding Kenya bus in those days had to place emergency brakes, but it was too late. One of the thugs got knocked down and died on the spot. Admittedly, this was a rather dramatic consequence of trying to rob the house of God, the temple. But you can be sure there are many other less dramatic, but equally painful, if not more painful, and equally fatal consequences that have befallen those who have been stupid enough to try and rob God. Anyway, the Nairobi Lighthouse Church robbery in industrial area was just crazy. A crowd of thugs, carrying blue paper bags filled with loot. I mean, this was a scene straight out of some cartoon movie, only that it was happening in Nairobi in broad daylight. Gosh, this is just not happening. Poor Nairobians, even as they're worried sick now of what will happen on the 30th of January 2018, they're even not safe. Nobody's feeling safe in Nairobi. Being mugged, being robbed in broad daylight is just becoming normal now. Oh boy. If the government can deploy such heavy security to guard Uhuru Park, if the government can send 7, 8 very heavily armed flying squad officers to arrest a very small girl blogger in Kshs, so that those people who witnessed the arrest are sure that an Al-Shabaab suspect has been arrested, why can't a fraction of those resources and those policemen be used to make sure Nairobi is safe? That is the big question. Anyway, I've received a special request from one of the members of this channel to do something on a legendary crime buster in Nairobi, very well-known man who passed on in 1988. But I'm sure most of you have heard about him. Yeah, his name was Patrick David Shaw. Now, in the next episode, we're going to talk about this super cop, yeah, who single-handedly dealt with criminals in Nairobi and kept Nairobi safe. His methods were unorthodox, yeah. His methods were above the law, shall I say, but very interesting character nonetheless, okay? Make sure you catch that. You know the usual drill. Click on the link on your top left-hand corner of the screen, and as soon as that video is ready, you'll be able to take it in and enjoy. Until next time, this is Kshs Kumekucha.